Right. Welcome. It is 2025 and it's time to get back into the Hard Rock Show. Hope you're all keeping well out there. We have got a lot to get through. It's going to be a bit of a different stream tonight. We are kicking off 2025 with a bit of a different feeling, vibe, flavor, and a few other bits and pieces. So get in the comments, say hi, let us know you're watching from, all the usual stuff, and make sure you just sort of get involved in the conversation as we go through things. Obviously, I'm Andrew. You know who I am. Besides me, we've got Dave, as always. How you going, man?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you?
Okay. Cool. Belle in the other side, opposite corner to me. How are you going there?
I'm going all right. Do you want to know more than that?
Oh, just a very quick rundown if you want to. Yes.
Yep. So I am in a new room because we moved house over the holidays. Yay. I love it here. It's great. Yes, it all went well. Settling in. There's a beach just not far away. There's a cricket ground not far away. Everything is not far away, which was the whole point to the move. So, yeah, life is good right now. And I'm really happy to be back here with you guys.
Yes, we are. We're here.
I'm looking forward to a year of fun. Yep.
Jeff, underneath, how you going?
Hey, guys. I'm good, I guess. It's been a bit of a for me over the last while, but I am on the mend. I'm trying an experiment today. I'm trying to actually sit for a lengthy period of time without my leg up. So we'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Probably won't go well. I'll have to put it up somehow, but I'll get there. And so I'm just happy to be here, like Belle. I'm happy to be here. So that's the key. Yeah.
That is definitely the vibe. Very happy to be here. Obviously, we've got some comments coming through. I'll get to those in just a second. But for those wondering at home, if you hear any sort of mewling carrying on the background, it's because we've got two kittens that are new additions to the family that have been added into since you last saw me here. So bit going on. I'll have more on that later on as we go through things. We have Michael here in the comments saying, good evening. Happy 2025.
Hey,
happy New Year to everyone back. Hopefully you're all had a great change over to 25 and let's have some fun. Kat's here saying, hey, everyone, welcome back. We're glad to be back and we'll keep going through things as we always do. So get in the comments, say hi, let us know, I guess, what new music you're looking forward to in 2025. I think that will make that the question of the stream today. Alrighty, there are some things going to stay the same, but then just fly by the seat of your pants here because tonight's going to be a bit of a different ride. First off, though, we do the Hard Rock happenings as usual. So just quickly here to recap some things you may or may not know about. The childhood home, I think, of Angus and Malcolm Young in Sydney for AC/DC. For those who don't know, if you're watching this show, I don't know why, but their childhood home got demolished and there's been a whole lot of noise and carrying on about that, but I don't know why that's such a big deal. I think that if the boys wanted to cherish it, they could have probably afforded to buy that one themselves. But anyway, there's a whole lot of noise going on about AC/DC's childhood home being demolished. Alien Weaponry have released a new single today called Malmarco, I think it's pronounced. I'm not sure about that. It's not my native tongue. But their new album I wrote it down and then fucking autocorrectors fucked me. So anyway, it's a new album due on March 28th. Envy of None, which, Jeff, you might know, this one that features Alex Lifeson. They've got the new album Stygian Waves. The new single Stygian Waves is out now as well. And one for Dave who has run away on us is Sabaton's animated movie, The War to End All Wars, is coming to streaming services very soon as well. So if that's your thing, then get involved and do a quick search on that just for some news stuff there for you. As usual, we do a bit of a release list. So what have we got here? You got... The Big Deal have their new release, Electrified, coming out tomorrow. Dragon Knight have Legions coming out. Gravedigger have Bone Collector. What have we got here? Steve Hackett has Live Magic at Trading Boundaries. Tokyo Blade are releasing Time is the Fire. Okay, someone. Okay, bye, Jeff. Wasp are releasing 7 Savage 1984 to 1992 box set tomorrow as well. There's a few bits and pieces going on, so as always, get around it and let us know what you're looking forward to in 2025. Michael's here. Good to see you, saying hey all. So it's good to have you back as well. Jolie's here going, hello, meow, meows and rockers. Glad you're back. Not sure what's happened to Jeff, but we'll see when he comes back in. Alrighty. A bit of housekeeping here. Oh, I think Jeff's it said device is not connected. Now he's completely dropped out. So I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing with something in the background.
If you heard a noise, it was just the door falling off the bungalow.
Oh, really? Did it finally fall off?
If the wisteria plant wasn't there, it would have got, and it's got glass in it. It just
yeah. Wow. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Are you going to be okay?
It's okay. It's back in place.
For how long?
Like everything else, man.
Yeah, I know. Fuck. Sorry, dude. Wow. It wouldn't be a stream without that door doing something, though, I guess. So,
yeah.
Fuck. I'll have to.
That sucks.
I don't know. I'll try and find a way to fix that for you. I don't know. I'll send Jodie around to fucking fix it because she's down in Melbourne at the moment. So,
Jodie will take one look and fly back to Queensland.
Oh shit. All right, what do we got here? Nicole is here as well, saying hello. Well, good to see you as well, Nicole. Good to see everyone back here.
Nicole.
So get in the comments, say hi, all the usual stuff. Now, quick bit of an update on behind the scenes of things here. Now, I haven't even told you guys this, so this is going to be news for everyone involved. If you go to thehardrockshow.com, it's got a whole new thing. I cheated and used like a Linktree type thing to set up everything up. And so I've done that because I'm just going to promote the Hard Rock Show as the way to follow us, to contact us, because there's an email there to contact us. There's a link to join our Discord server there. There's a link to all the stuff there. There's also a link to a new YouTube channel, which we're going to be putting the long form archive stuff on as well. And this is all part of a new change in certain strategies. So we're going to be posting less on certain platforms, posting more on other platforms. You can all work out why and how. So I'm just going to go through and say we're just doing that. But if you want to keep up to date with us, the best way to do so is just go to thehardrockshow.com and follow any of the links you choose to there, and you will find some stuff there. It really was just one of those things that I wanted to take care of over the break, and I've got it done, and we'll start punching out other stuff as it progresses. Vinny's here. What a surprise. Happy New Year to you. Love the people. Off to a great start this year myself. I asked a girl what a New Year's resolution is, and she replied, screw you, winning. So
hey, Vinny.
Vinny, good to have you back, man. I think we've missed those jokes. We'll look forward to many more this year. I've got some nasty ones to show you guys off camera. There's ones I'm not going to repeat, but they're funny. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, no, there's some doozies. Now, Jeff has, I don't know, Jolie's laughing, so there we go. That's fun. Jeff kind of needs to come back now because I've done as much padding as I can before we actually get into the first actual bit of business we're going to get through tonight.
Which is
yes, Kat, I am. Sorry, I will address that this weekend. I promise I will address it this weekend. So I'll actually need to discuss that back and forth with you a little bit. So yeah, watch your messages on probably Saturday, Kat. I'll give you a go then. Might be one of those things. Might be worth having a phone call about, to be honest. Alrighty, what else we got here? Terry's here saying hi all. Hope everyone's well. We're doing pretty well. We're just waiting for Jeff to come back in. I don't know what happened to Jeff. What happened, Jeff? Wake up, Jeff. I don't know. I'm not even in Discord. I don't know what happened there. Alrighty. Anyway, we'll if I need to tweak the order, I'll tweak the order. I guess it's like snooze, you lose. See what happens. All right, cool. So
maybe his internet went down.
Yeah, it's weird. Like normally he's all over it, but he was here, then he was gone, then he was back, then he was gone again, and it's like, okay, quite bizarre. Kat, you're welcome, Kat. That's just gone cool. Thank you. You're most welcome. We will address that over the weekend. My apologies again for the delay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Is it happening? How much padding can I do here? Have we got you back?
You're back. My computer said, I think I need an update.
Oh, really? Windows updates, doors are falling off. Fuck, we're off to a good start in 2025.
Business as usual.
I
haven't been using it, so that's why.
Yeah, fair enough. Wow, of all the timing, this is that's all good. Alrighty, you're just in time because we're going to do Fretboard Feud, which is the normal game where we go through and pick certain things. Last year we ended up on a builder band one. This time around we're going to going through the Thin Lizzy studio album discography. I think it's just studio albums. We haven't decided to do the live album yet. But anyway, you know the drill by now, folks. We go through and we just give a brief sort of recap on the albums and pick a track. And then we poll the audience during the week to see which one of us gets the most points as we go through things. So we are doing Thin Lizzy's discography, which means we're going to start off with the debut album, Thin Lizzy, which is the self-titled start of all this one. And so, Belle, you have first pick. You are the first cab off the rank this year. So what song are you taking and what were your thoughts on the album?
I've heard that people say that early Thin Lizzy is a bit folky. I disagree. As an album as a whole, I think it's more progressive than anything. Particularly progressive in a lot of songs, but progressive in their diversity as well on the tracks and just kind of a general vibe. Phil's singing, I think, has. I can't think of him sounding better than like he's like at peak already on this first album. Yeah. This is just my opinion. He's
like 22, isn't he, Dave, at this point?
He's really young.
So early in his career, and he's just giving it everything, and he's just injecting his whole personality, persona into his vocals on this. Lyrically, of course, even at a young age, just top notch. So I really like it. I think it's a great album. Sounds really good on vinyl. I listened to it earlier today.
Yeah,
I expect to see these during the course of this because I have quite an extensive Thin Lizzy collection.
Nice.
So yeah, that would be my thing. Putting it on my player over there before the stream each Thursday, if I can. So my pick. It was tricky, but I think I really just thought this was a fun song, and I've gone with Ray Gun.
Okay,
it's cool. It's bluesy. It's
not the Olympian. Not the Olympics one. So don't sue us.
Not
you mole.
They're all.
I
don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Oh, I'll fill you in later on. It's just she's a litigious little one, that one. Anyway, issuing cease and desists and all sorts of stuff is weird. Anyway, so Ray Gun is your pick of the bunch. That is a fun track, that one.
Yeah.
All right. I get to go next on this one. And I was saying that it's nearly 10 years ago that Dave, Dennis, Jimmy, and myself did a Thin Lizzy special. And I've got some of it on YouTube. I'll have to go through as we go through this one and start digging the rest of that out. I reckon be a good little contrast to see sort of almost 10 years ago to today to see how things have changed, if at all. But I haven't really gone back to this album in particular since that one. We've done other ones over the years, but this one we haven't really gone back to. And I remember thinking at the time of, it was a bit of a humble beginning for the band, but when you sit back, I guess, with a bit more years, it's one of those ones where I wonder if at the time it would have appealed. I know that Phil was young at the time of doing it, but I'm wondering if it would have appealed to an older audience more than a younger audience. I don't know, because now that it's a few years removed, I like this album more than I did to begin with. The biggest highlight was in not only the vocals, but the storytelling. I mean, Phil was always great at that, and this is on point from the start. I think that's the biggest thing that sort of jumps out across this album to begin with. Yeah. I think it sounds great. It's got a vintage tone to it. I would love to hear it on vinyl because I reckon it would sound perfect there too. But yeah, this was really mature. Like just the storytelling, the emotive depth of it, all that sort of stuff for a really young debut album. It just was like, it's not if I think in the old review, the comment was made, if you're looking for, the boys back in town, you don't have that anywhere near this one. You're wondering how this band got to that point kind of thing. But when you listen to it now these days, like it's incredibly mature and just more enjoyable in that regard. I don't know. I like this one. I think it's grown on me since, even though I haven't, paid a lot of attention to it. It's one of those ones where you revisit it and it's like, actually, this is better than I remember it being. So I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I'm kind of happy because my first choice on my little list here is still on the board. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to take Look What the Wind Blew In. That was my favorite on the album. Sorry.
Yeah, bastard.
I figured that might get the reaction, so I was happy that Belle left it for me. I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to piss everyone else off now. So that's my contribution to tonight. Jeff, how'd you go? Dave, you'll go first next week, but you'll have to go last this week.
Well, that was the song that I thought was pretty cool. I like that song a lot. Like I said, this album is I mean, it's hard. This album is 54 years old. It's
Fuck,
it's
I hadn't thought of that.
Wow.
It's insane, right? 54 years ago. Wow. I mean, what can you say, right? So overall, this album is an interesting album. Certainly, in my humble opinion, there's better albums later on, and we'll get to there, I'm sure,
we will.
As the weeks go on. But I'm going to take Honesty is No Excuse.
Ah, cool.
That's a good one too.
Nice.
One down.
Was that Dave?
Another one.
Another one.
Yours?
Sorry, it always sucks being down the end of things, but unfortunately. But Dave, you'll get your first pick next week. But what have you got for us this week?
That's cool. But yeah, I'm guilty of overlooking this album because when I became a Thin Lizzy obsessive, it's always the 4-piece lineup, the mid of their career. You go back to the earlier ones and it's different, but then as you get more mature and more familiar with Phil's storytelling, you want to know more about the man. And he tells that through his storytelling, whether it's embracing something himself or creating a character that he puts himself into. There were so many different styles and moods and changes within song to song, but also within the songs themselves. Where Bell said it was prog, I absolutely agree with that because songs don't stay in one spot very, very long. They always progress from one part. There was an epic track towards the end. But yeah, as everyone's mentioned, Phil's storytelling, his performances are well beyond his years. He's already a master of his craft. This album is fantastic. Now, which song do I want to pick? I will go with Return of the Father's Son. I think that's a cool one.
Nice. That was my second choice, actually. So there we go. We're on a similar wavelength already. But mentioning the progressive and change things, Diddy Levine, that was another one too that was had some key changes across as well, just to throw that in there.
You know, when you sorry, I was just gonna say, when you think about this album, 54 years old, and you think about everything that we know about Thin Lizzy happened in a 15-year span. Because he died in 86. So 15 years after this.
12 years. The band was done within 12 years. They released 12 albums in 12 years.
That's right. They were the band. So band even less. That's right. Yeah.
And went through everything a band could possibly go through.
Yeah, they
and then some.
Yeah. And it's funny how much of a legacy they've left behind for in timeline wise, not in terms of output, but in timeline, that's a relative blip in terms of careers, and that's
correct.
But they've left one. But we'll get to all of that. Yeah, as we go through things, because next week we're going to go through Shades of a Blue Orphanage. That'll be our choice coming up next week. So we're going to change things up and go through there. What do we got here? Michael's gone, Bell, new hairstyle looks nice. Jolie thinks so too. So there you go.
Thanks, guys. I got heaps chopped off because, it was really kind of in bad shape. So I just thought, fuck it. Just cut it.
I said the same thing. I did the exact same thing.
Wasn't in that bad shape.
Yeah, no. Thank goodness. Yeah.
Oh, well. And Nicole's gone 54 now. I do feel old. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
We got to do something. Yeah, there's a lot to get through. So we've got Shades of Blue Orphanage next week. There's Vagabonds of the Western World, Nightlife, Fighting, Jailbreak, Johnny the Fox, Bad Reputation, Black Rose, Chinatown, Renegade, Thunder and Lightning. And if we feel like including it, this year there's going to be an album called Acoustic Sessions released. It's only a couple of months away now as we sit here to do this one. So that's possibly something we can incorporate into this whole thing as we go through, which actually is kind of fitting in its own little way. On the record, Jody says hello to everyone too, by the way. I did forget to mention it before. I should have, but I did forget that too. Alrighty. Next part is one of the usual segments here too. We've got two very different ones coming up. It's going to be probably not as long of a stream as usual, but we're going to have some fun here with a few different things. I don't know. It could be interesting. Anyway, usual part of the show is to do a guessing game, and we've discussed prior to going live that the guessing game this year is probably going to get some different twists and turns. I think Dave's already said he wants to take over his segment in a few weeks' time, so we're going to see how things play out. But this week, it's Jeff, so you've got the guessing game controls. So what are you presenting us with this week?
Okay, so this is Guess the Song. Guess the song, right? Thought we'd start with the easiest one first. We'll get to the more progressively harder as we go. So I'm going to start. Remind me. I'm golden. The fortress above the sun. Why don't you spend nowhere near me or nowhere with me? Sorry. Follow the river and the path of the ones. Write our name on the shore. Forever I can't find. Struggling in a world undefined. or decide how you want it to be. I'm not eternity. Fly into the distant, disappear for a while. I can't make sense of this, but here today,
Darker
feeling
Times in
alive.
Flames.
What are you saying?
Darker Times in Flames.
No, I'm sorry, Dave.
Oh,
Not correct.
No.
all right.
A bit surprised.
Hey,
that Jeff
it was a
said
very
In
good
Flames.
guess. I'm sorry. Okay.
I know.
Struggling in a world undefined, or decide how you
got the wrong
want
song.
it to be. I'm not eternity. Fly into the distance, disappear for a while. I can't make sense of this, but we're here today, feeling alive.
It's on the same fucking album.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's in Flames with the reaction I'm getting from Dave and Bill.
Starts to fall apart. Let me take control. Reminisce. The days are nothing more.
I hate myself.
Oh, I can't go. Can I? Shit.
No, you can't. You're out. But if Bill, I'm not gonna. I know it's in Flames from the reaction you two are giving us, so I'm just gonna. Yeah. I don't know, so I'm gonna.
I got the wrong song. It's on that album. So I got the wrong fucking song.
You get a guess, and if you don't get it, then Dave can tell us what it is. But Jeff, you keep going.
Something I will find again. Deliver us. Can't hear the words you say, but it doesn't really matter. I give the world to you. If you just fly into the distance, disappear for a while. And I can't make sense of this, but we're here today alive.
Did you guess already, Bill, or not?
Fly.
No, I'm just listening to it.
Disappear for a while. I can't make sense of this, but we're here today alive. That's it. That's the song. And you know what? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a hint. I actually said the lyrics to this name.
I figured you would have done.
Come on, Bill. He said it.
Bill,
I know. There's a big ass. It's Deliver Us. There's a big ass. Okay.
There you go. There you go. Deliver Us. Yes. Good job.
I'm so bad at joining.
Dave, you're so close. You were just like, that's why I was like, oh.
So Bill was caught up in reminiscing with the song.
Yeah, those two songs are my favorite from that album.
How good is that album? It's a great song. But yeah.
Yes.
I picked the song. The reason I chose that one is because it's got so many views on Spotify and whatnot. It's like 54 million or something. It's like fuck.
Have you seen the film clip?
No.
I don't know. I might have. I've seen a lot. I like In Flames. I just don't know. Don't remember.
It's a specky.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'll have to go and do some homework now, I think. All of us.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure Dave's already seen it. Knowing that Dave took a big deep dive on In Flames.
It's really cool.
Well, I gotta give kudos for Dave at least picking the band. He got the band.
Yeah, Dave got the band.
I got the band and I got the album. Yeah. I knew it was that album. I get those two songs. Those two are my favorite songs from that album. So I got the title mixed up.
I knew the lyrics. I think it just threw me that Jeff picked band.
There you go. Like, my plan worked. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're expecting fucking Alan Parsons Project. Sorry.
Yeah. So he went for an angle that, got real on the front foot and sort of did something you knew you'd. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. Yeah. I knew once I figured it was In Flames from the reaction to you two, I was like, I'm out. I got no hope. So it's not that I don't like them. I like them. I just have no idea of the knowledge that you guys have with. I know that you're both big fans, so I was like, okay.
They're bigger fans than me. Yeah. I love them. I first heard them from Clayman in 2000. A buddy of mine said, he sent me, this was way back when, like when Napster was going on or something. He's like, you got to get Clayman. So I, did what everybody was doing at the time. And I was like, I had never heard of the band. It's like, wow. That was an instant fan. Yeah.
That's a good one too.
There you go. You threw everyone for a loop, Jeff. Well done. That's a good way to start the year off on the guessing game side of things. I'm looking forward to seeing what.
Glad I got it.
Yeah.
I would just have to leave.
I know it's In Flames. How are you not going to get this one?
I just have to leave.
Okay. But on that note, Belle, you're up next week. So I don't know if you got more props in mind or whatever the hell's going on, but yeah, it's going to be.
Oh, okay.
That game that you played, that was fucking awesome. That
was cool.
I was going to do something a bit different, but I will definitely maybe bring that back. Definitely, maybe bring that back. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll definitely bring that back when I've got a turn again.
Cool. All right. Well, it rotates through anyway, which is fine. Jolie's here saying, hi, Jodie, always include you in the Rockers team. Yeah, well, I'm glad. I'll make sure I pass it on to her. And Guru is here over on Twitch. Happy New Year, Rockers, across the plane. Good to see you all again. Likewise to you. Hopefully you keep them well over there. And it's not too chaotic with the winter as opposed to the summer here, which is fucking hot today up here in Queensland. It's fucking bonkers. All right, so Belle is up next week. Now we're going to change things up a little bit, and I'm not sure how this is going to go because we're doing this by the seat of our pants really this time around. So what we're doing is we know the theme for King of the Riff for the season for coming up this week is going to be the single albums from bands that only ever released one album. We asked on YouTube, Discord, Patreon for people to give us some nominations. We've got a list there of nominations. We knocked out ones that we've since determined. For example, Dave found one that had 2 releases in the end, so we couldn't include that one. It's meant to be only 1 release only. Also, if they're not available on Spotify, we're going to knock them off as well. I know that's maybe arbitrary, but it makes it easy for us because that's a platform we use. It's easy for everyone to find it. It's just one of those things where if it's not there, same thing we did the soundtracks last year. We made it a rule there. So we polled, and we got some responses here, which is cool. We got a bit of a list to go through, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through and basically, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, draft albums out amongst ourselves. We're going to give ourselves a bit more agency in King of the Riff this year. But we have a bit of a twist on this as well. When it's your turn to go, you can add an album from the list supplied by the audience, which is, the normal thing to do. But alternatively, you can use your turn in 2 other ways, and you can do those once. One is to add an album of your own choosing into the list. That's fine. You can do one of your own. One is if there's something you really don't want to do, you can pull it out. You can just go, no, we're eliminating that one. The only thing you can't do is eliminate the private choice of another co-host. So one that's if I put something forward that someone doesn't like, however, it's not on a list from the audience, no one else can eliminate it. You can only eliminate one that's from the audience side of things. If it's a personal choice amongst ourselves, then we have to let that one carry through. You can't cancel out the personal choice of a co-host. But beyond that, those are the 2 special powers you get as we go through and draft these albums out. So it's just a bit of fun here to have some fun with things. So like I said, we've compiled a list just for the people that want to know at home. It's a pretty short list because obviously it's fewer numbers on those platforms. So we have Them, Crooked Vultures, Temple of the Dog, Sex Pistols, Beautiful Sin, Miss and Mercuria, Mad Season, Derek and the Dominoes, Floating Me, Pete Townsend, GTR, ND45, and Lost Boys were the choices there. So let's see, because in all of this, the first person to get the vote here, the first call belongs to Belle. So you get to choose first. So which album are you picking first? Or are you going to go straight and put your own in first?
Okay, so we can only put out 1 album of our own in, and we can also only take 1 out. Okay. Otherwise,
okay. The first question I should ask here, but let's do a quick poll here, because we have also decided behind the scenes that we can do either 8 albums or 10 albums. Do you guys want to do 8 albums or 10 albums this time around?
I vote for
10's a nice round number. But
I vote for 8 for the first one. That's
okay.
How many picks do we have each in this round of selecting? Because if it's should be 8.
Be 1 each. If it's 8.
Yeah,
well, we're going to get 2 each, but at the same time, if someone knocks something out, do you know what I mean? It might get a bit sort of quirky. So we'll see how it plays out. But if we want to, if you guys want to
do the randomizer, then yeah.
Like we just rotate through. I can randomly do individual people as we go through things, so I can skip the draft order overall and just sort of randomize it all the way through.
I'll just do the draft. Cool, keep it simple. Yeah, cool. I'm 8 or 10. I don't mind. You be the deciding factor, Andrew.
Okay. Well, okay.
Flip a coin.
I could flip it. I haven't got a coin. Let's see. The thing is, all right. Well, Let's go with. I think because I actually think there's more to this than we think. I think we can do 10 this time around. I know, Belle, that might be like you said 8, but I hate to.
It's fine.
I think
You
there's
just
enough,
said pick
I think
one.
there's enough
So
in
pick
this one.
8.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Let's get to 10. But Belle, you get the first pick, and let's see how it plays out. So, what have you got?
Okay. Oh man, I have to pick one of these two because I've got a couple that I want to put in, but
Sorry, Jeff. Yeah, you want to say?
Can I just ask a question? So the band can only have put one album out, official album. But what happens if they how years go by they put out fucking live albums that the record company does?
Live albums don't count.
I thought it was
just studio albums.
That's what I was
just solitary studio albums.
Gotcha. Thank you. That's what I need to know. Yep.
I know there's always compilations and silly things that come out later on with the cult bands kind of thing. So just the one studio album that everyone sort of knows, and that's what kicked it all off for them. If they release a live album, that doesn't count. Just the studio stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard now. This is why it's fun. This is why it makes things a bit different.
I thought I could put a couple in, but I can't, so I have to pick one.
I'm
going to go with the one that I'm less familiar with, but I think it's an overall probably more palatable. Yeah. I'm going to put forward Damage Plan, Newfound Power.
Nice. Cool. That was on my supplemental list, so that's all right.
Yeah.
I had that on my short list as well, so that's cool. But no one can knock that out because it's not on the audience list. It's from Belle's private stash, so you can't take out anyone's private stash. Alrighty, so Damage Plan is in. Let's go. Cool. Next pick goes to Jeff. What are you thinking, Jeff?
I'm going to go with a bit of one of my own as well.
Yep.
And this is an album that spawned. It had some interesting members. The album, the band is called Blind Faith. You might know that had Eric Clapton in it. And they only ever put one album out. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Yep. Nice.
Blind Faith, 1969. Boom. Year was born.
Nice.
That's cool.
Cool.
That's cool.
Nice. All right, Dave, you don't go last on this one. You go next. So what are you picking?
Okay. I feel ridiculous, but roll with me on this shit, okay?
Okay.
I'm not quackers. I'm going with Thomas Halapanian's solo album, The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck.
Wow.
Okay.
But none of you have heard it. You're going to hear it now.
That's awesome.
It's on Spotify.
It's on Spotify.
All right. Cool. All right.
You're not whackers.
Nice. All right. So we're getting our own picks in early, which is good. All righty. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to do the same thing then. This is tough because again, I'm like Belle. I've got a list, but there's two that I would fucking love to put in there.
Oh, there's the other one. I hope it's the one that I didn't get to put in.
Well, no, I don't think so because I'm actually going to go with one that's obscure as fuck, but I actually think is a bit of a dark horse because when we did cover this band a while back, it's actually one of the ones that's in the history of the show. We all fucking loved it, and it made a few top 10 lists that year. So I want to see how this one goes in the running. This is Scarlet, Melbourne band, with their one and only self-titled album. I figured Dave would be excited by that one. It's good fucking album. I think everyone will like it. But I reckon it's genuinely a smoky because it's fucking good, and I want to get everyone else to hear this one. So
thank you. That's another band I could add to my list of learning.
Yeah. Like I knew no one else would pick this one, so I wanted to shoehorn that one in there. All right, as we go through the rounds, as we get toward 10, we cycle through. So Belle, you get another pick now. No one can remove anything yet. Only from this point forward. So now we have the audience list to choose from, I guess. There's a few good ones in there.
I didn't have a lot of them I'd never heard, and I sort of did a bit of a quick run through and like read who the members were and at what point in history these were kind of recorded and had a bit of a listen. And I didn't get through all of them, and I have no idea who put these forward. So there's no
just different people in their different platforms. It's across the few.
I think what I might do, and purely because I love this vocalist, is go with Temple of the Dog because I'm a big Chris Cornell fangirl. So
absolutely,
yeah, that's my second pick. Mm-hmm.
All right. So now that everyone understands how this works, that album, because it's from the audience list, is actually vulnerable. It can be removed, just so we understand how this can play out from this point forward. The other 4 can't be. They're individual picks, but the rest now can be pulled out. But you can only do 1, so be careful when you want to do so. All righty. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Let's see. So, Belle, did that? Jeff, you get the next pick. So you have to go through the list in Discord and see what the rest of
well, yes. So I saw the list. Let's do a double whammy with Clapton, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, and other. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you picked that one.
Yeah.
Really? You know what? I can't fucking stand Eric Clapton.
Wow.
Oh,
there you go.
He is the most overrated guitar player I have ever heard. Seriously overrated. So fucking boring.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, this gets
spoiler for the upcoming battles, but yeah, I'm voting against him.
That's fine. That's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Well, yeah, and that's it. Yeah. The thing is too that with the additional powers we now have, we have to wait and see if it's actually going to make it to the final cut of the list.
Yeah,
because Dave, you're up next.
I'm up next. I'll add Them Crooked Vultures.
I'm just excited about the genre, and the era.
Yep.
I've never heard the Them Crooked Vultures album, but I know it's got some decent musicians in it, so I'll go with that.
Cool. All right, that puts me up next. So I'm gonna go. Now I've got to think about which one, because there was a few there that were really interesting to me actually, and I wanted to go back through and where are they at here? This is the one I'm going to go through. Just What's that? I want to, I'm going to go with something that I've not checked out. I never even knew this was a thing until it was sort of put forward, which is something that's a bit, I didn't even know this was a thing. And so I'm trusting Rowan's judgment here on this, because he put forward one called Beautiful Sin, with the album The Unexpected. So I'm gonna give that one a crack and add that one in and see what happens here. So now we have,
this will be interesting.
Sorry,
yeah, this will be interesting. I'm looking forward to when we do this battle, dude, because we did the Halloween thing a few years ago.
Yeah,
the opening track. I want to get your reaction.
Okay, cool. Well, I figured you know about it more than me because of the lineup in the band.
Heard one song. I'm just like, fuck me. How are they not sued?
Oh wow!
It's the drummer. It's the drummer from Halloween.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got away with this shit. I really don't.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm glad it's in. This is going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Let's figure something different. Alrighty. So we cycle back to the start. We have 2 choices yet to go. What I might do is because there will be 2 leftover choices, basically, I'm going to ask you and I if there's anything we want to veto at the end. We can't add anything, but because we haven't vetoed yet, we'll see if there's anything we want to veto and just give us a chance to round it out that way. So obviously, between now and then, Belle and Jeff can do whatever they want in that regard. But because Dave and I, in theory, have the last 2 that will be off choices, we'll see what happens there. So Belle, you get pick number 9. What else are you going to take there?
Oh dear. What's left?
We've done it random if you want.
What have we got? GTR, Supergroup, Yes, and Asia.
Please don't pick the Sex Pistols.
No, I was going to say, if anyone picks the Sex Pistols, I'm pretty sure it's going to get eliminated. So just a spoiler.
Yeah, I hate.
MD45 is a Dave Mustaine solo with Lee Ving on vocals, just for some context there.
Okay, but it says it's heavy metal / punk rock, which doesn't appeal to me, just the whole punk side of it.
This is the fun part.
Do you know what? I know nothing about this, but it was put forward, I don't know by who, and I couldn't find it. They didn't have a wiki page, and it's called Lost Boys, Lost and Found. And from what I could gather, it's soft hard rock. Yeah. So there's nothing like that in here. So purely for that, just variety, I'm just going to pick it.
Cool. Ula over in Patreon put that one through for us. So that's where that one came from. So
yeah,
there
we'll
we
give it a go.
All right. That's the thing. I actually have a feeling there's going to be a few albums in amongst this that a few of us haven't heard. This is going to be one of those ones where a lot of us may not be as familiar with this. So it could be a really interesting journey of discovery as we go through things. All right. Jeff, you get the final pick in theory until Dave and I decide to play Havoc. So,
all right. This is a band that I don't know really well, but I know them. I'm sure everyone else will as well. Mother Love Bone.
Cool. I figured that'd get in there.
Yeah. Was that not on
the list? Not on the list.
I didn't think so.
No, not sorry, man. I was like, hang on, no,
that's early Pearl Jam, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that spin-off.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not picking anything out. It's all good.
Cool. Anyway, well, it's not yet, but anyway,
Temple of the Dog should cover you if you feel like listening to that kind of stuff.
I quite like that Temple of the Dog album, actually.
But yeah, so Jeff, you still need to pick because we don't have that one on the list.
Oh, so I have to pick from the list.
Yeah, because you've already picked your
you only get to add one. Shit.
Yeah.
I might still if you. Yeah. There's one that's definitely going.
Dave was like, hang on.
So there's ones that have NA beside it that you can't take.
They're not applicable because if they've already got a certain album, or you can't get them on Spotify.
There's one album on this list that's going out if it goes in. And it's not the Sex Pistols.
I know which one that is.
Yeah, we heard it before. It's fucking terrible.
And you hated it. I know you won't put yourself through that again.
No, and I like the singer.
I know.
I want to know what it is. Can you tell me after? And I'll tell you what my other album is that I really want in, but
we can go through and go what we would have added in if we had more choices. We can have some fun with that and go through our personal catalogue a bit more. But
so it has to be on the list.
Yeah. So you've got Temple of the Dog, Sex Pistols, Miss Mercuria, Mad Season.
Temple of the Dog's been picked, hasn't it?
Yeah, Temple of the Dog.
Sorry. Yes, it has. Sorry, I missed that one. Pete Townsend, GTR, MD45. Those are the ones.
Okay, I'm just going to say it, and I'm sure it's going to get knocked off. Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bullocks.
Shit.
Yeah.
We need some shit on there, so I'm not voting it off.
All right. Well,
I would have voted off Mad Season, the Lane Stanley solo project, which is fucking horrendous.
We did that one a while ago. Yep. So just to recap here quickly. So Dave, you're not voting that off. I'm assuming he's not going to vote it off. He said he wasn't going to.
All good.
All right, cool. So I'm not going to veto. So that finalizes the list. We're settled on the 10. I'm not going to veto. I'm going to leave things as they stand. So I'm going to go through and randomly seed things out in a moment as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Belle, you wanted to say what was the other album you really wanted to put in?
I wanted to put in Nail Bomb Point Blank because what a fucking great album that was when it came out. I mean, it still is. I think, and there's been a bit of activity around that. I think the project is getting a bit of a resurgence, and they're playing a lot of the stuff off that live. And I think they're getting Igor, who not like the brother Igor, but Max's son Igor Cavalera, to come in. I guess he's old enough to.
Yeah, he's been doing other stuff with Max for a while now, actually. So
yeah. So that would be fucking
it's an intense
amazing
album
to see live. It is. It's full on. So that was your
other one.
Oh yeah, but definitely Plane, I think is just going to be, I don't know. Bit
that was the first. That was up there on my list, so I was glad that got put through. Jeff, what else would you have put in if you had a second choice?
Oh wait, I had one more that I couldn't put forward.
Yeah,
that wasn't on only because it wasn't on Spotify.
Yep.
So it's just dear to my heart, and that is Roxas Night Street.
Yeah.
Because that was my first thought, like one album band. I'm like, I'm going to put Roxas on, and then
it was on Spotify for some reason. It's not anymore. I don't know why and when it got pulled, but Juno, fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Juno. Why Juno? So
that's funny
anyway,
because that's a good album too. Very good album. All right, Jeff, what else would you have had on your little list there?
I was having a look on just on Google, and I was like, there's a lot of lists. It's not a massive list, but there's some interesting stuff there. But there was one that caught my eye. It's got members from Entombed, Carcass, and Arch Enemy, Dismember. Yeah, and the band was called Carnage.
Yep.
That is an excellent album.
Yeah,
very good. Early death metal.
Well reviewed. Yeah. So,
that was my third. Maybe put forward, but
cool.
No, excellent. Dark recollections.
Wrestling is door.
Swedish death metal before it was even defined as a genre, I think.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Interesting.
There he is.
Dave, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good.
He's back.
Did you have anything else on your short list that you would have just, if you could have added more in? Did you have any more?
No, I knew I only needed one, so I just found one.
Yep, cool.
Make the decision beforehand.
One that didn't get me. One's on my list. I had Probot with their self-titled one. It's more of a group project, but it was one put together by Dave Grohl, which has a lot of guests on it. Palms, a side project from Chino Marino of Deftones. That's not a bad one. An EP, well, longer, like 45-minute long EP, but yeah, it was done years ago. Heaven and Hell. I was going to be a bit cheeky and think about that one because it's only under that, only one album.
That's a technicality.
A technicality of playing the spaces, but the one, if I didn't pick Scarlet, the one I would have absolutely picked, which another one I'm pretty sure out of the group here, only Dave would have heard, is the Union Underground with An Education in Rebellion. I'm pretty sure I've made Dave listen to that in the past, a long time ago. But
it rings a bell. Yeah.
The wrestling fans among us will know the song Across the Nation, which used to be the Raw theme for a number of years. This is the band that wrote that song. They released an album called An Education in Rebellion, which is fucking great. And I love that one for a long time. If you like your Southern metal, that's one of those albums for you to check out there. Alrighty, let's do some number drawing here and let's see what the rounds are going to be because I get to have some fun here. So first up is number 8, which is Beautiful Sin, The Unexpected. Actually, no, before I do that, because we've got 10, I should actually do this right. Which ones do we think deserve to get a bye basically in the first round? Which ones would be picked as number 1 and number 2 seeds? Because when we do 10, the top 2 go through to the next round straight away. What would you nominate as ones to get the bye week?
Damage Plan.
Damage Plan?
Obviously, Damage Plan.
Okay, I can agree with that because it's a big album. I think it's a relatively important one.
Yeah, you got the Vinnie Brothers.
It's very important. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else do we think? Well, you need another one though, so we'll put Damage Plan through to get a bye. What else would go? We got Blind Faith, Thomas Holopainen, Scarlet, I think maybe Temple of the Dog, or Sex Pistols. One of those two bigger names.
No, Sex Pistols have to work for it. Temple of the Dog win.
Okay. That's fine. Temple of the Dog. Alternatively, Them Crooked Vultures gets a lot of love as well. So maybe if we choose between Temple of the Dog and Them Crooked Vultures,
sure.
Either
between
either or.
Temple of the Dog.
Temple. All right, we'll leave it at Temple of the Dog.
Yeah.
Temple. Yeah.
All right, cool. So that doesn't change anything for me. So Beautiful Sin, The Unexpected is first up. That's gonna go here versus number 7, actually, Them Crooked Vultures. So there we go. Goes up against Them Crooked Vultures. Next battle will be Blind Faith. Was the album called 1969 from memory?
No, it was just called nothing. It was just called Blind Faith.
I have no idea.
Just Blind Faith. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Just mention the year. All right, so Blind Faith will go off against Scarlet. That'll be interesting. Okay.
Oh,
cool.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so that's the next round. Then we got next up is going to be Lost Boys, Lost and Found. What is it going to have as an opponent? Sorry if this is boring, folks. It's just you watching us go through things. Number 3, which is Thomas Holopainen, the Scrooge McDuck album, is going to go up against Lost Boys. That's going to be
nice gay as it sounds. I swear.
I fully understand. It's just funny as. Okay, the 2 that are no good anymore. So that leaves number 6, which is Derek and the Dominoes. Oh, hang on. This is going to be interesting if this is what I think is going to happen. This is going to be interesting. Wow. Okay.
Is it going to be what I think it is?
Yeah, it goes. So Derek and the Dominoes goes up against Sex Pistols.
Oh, wow.
Sex Pistols.
Wow.
So, just for clarity, we've given Damage Plan and Temple of the Dog are passed. They go through the next week kind of thing. So the first rounds are going to be Beautiful Sin, The Unexpected versus Them Crooked Vultures. Blind Faith versus Scarlet. Lost Boys versus Thomas Jalapenian. Derek and the Dominoes versus Sex Pistols. Are we happy with those?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. That sets the table, folks. That is what we're going to be doing as this one goes along. Let's see what audience comments we've got. Some coming through here. Guru says NB45 Mustaine's project. I remember buying it and being disappointed. Okay, well, it didn't get through, so we're not going to cover that one.
I listened to a bit this afternoon when he starts talking about I Love Lucy and old TV shows. I'm just like, what the fuck's wrong with your lyric writing, dude? What the fuck?
Wow, okay, I didn't know that one. Vinny's gone Motley Crue. He only released one album. Yeah, but it's not under a different name. So
I am never listening to that fucking album again.
I know you won't. Straighty's here from TDT. Yeah. Hey, Legends, good to see you. Good to see you. Hopefully, I see the album launch went well. I'm glad for that. Rowan says, Dave, the drummer who wrote the original song for Halloween was given permission to record this version for his new band in the style that he originally had in mind. There we go. That's how he avoided the lawsuit.
Okay. Different lyrics. Yeah, it's so fucking
all right,
obvious.
I'm curious now. I can't wait to check this out. Craig's gone, welcome back. Good to see you as well. Happy New Year. Craig's gone, Vinnie Vincent, best crew album. Well, there we go. It's replying to that one. What do you got? Mick says, after putting forward Floating Me, I went and had to listen to it again. Too bad it didn't make it. They mostly won't likely release another, as two members are active bands in Carnival and Cog. Okay, interesting. I did see that one go through. It's just one of those ones. I was going to pick one Australian, and I had to pick Scarlet because that's the one that I know and love. I want to really see how that goes. It's back and forth. Vinny likes the crew album with Robin. Make it into the picks. So, yeah, that's right, Michael. Unfortunately, didn't make it to the picks. Another Michael is here. Hey, all. Good to see you as well.
Hey.
Plugs Gaming Blog. Yo, dude. Good to see you too. Thanks for jumping in over on Twitch. Craig has gone, how about some Blood Incantation? Unfortunately, it wasn't put forward. None of us picked it, so not this time around. Here we go. Cat's Gone Scarlet was so good. Tommy is a good friend of mine. They were a great band, and if you got to see them live, it was a fucking treat as well. They were brilliant.
They were fun.
Yeah. And Michael's gone, album launch was awesome. Straight, you guys rocked hard, worth the wait. So there we go. There's some love for that one as well. Excuse me, my fucking throat's going shit on me. Alrighty. Time for a completely new game. We've set the table for King of the Rift, so I hope you didn't mind that one. It was a bit of a different way to play things out. We wanted to just sort of open it up and have a bit of fun with it and chat back and forth a bit. Time for a brand new game. Now, this is something we're calling Metal Mogul. Now, the idea here is that I've briefly floated this one at the end of last year, and I've sort of fleshed out the details a bit more. This is where we pick bands that we think are going to be active during 2025, and then we put them forward on our little list. Like everything else, once it's drafted, it can't be taken by anyone else. You have individual lists of 5. And then we see basically you get 100 points if the band release an album, you get 50 points for an EP, and for every song or music video, you get 10 points for that. And we're going to just tally these things up, and it's going to be an all year long game. We're going to have other breaks here. We'll sort of add to it and subtract from it and all that kind of stuff, and trade and swap and whatever else have you. So we're going to see how this goes, because basically the idea being that whoever gets the most points at the end of the year is get to be crowned the Metal Mogul for 2025 amongst us here at the show. There are a few little caveats here, some little rules that we put in there. You must have at least one Australian band in your list of 5. Must have an Australian band. You also must have a band that has no more than 5 studio albums. Trying to give some love to some of the quote-unquote newer bands out there as well. There is a couple of little caveats here too. Like you can have no more than one band that's no longer active. So as an example, you can have one band that's not doing it anymore because all members are dead. Or so, for example, Motorhead. You can have one like Motorhead where you might believe there's an anthology or something different coming out this year. If you want to really stick them in, gives a chance for those compilations that always come out, anniversary albums, that kind of stuff to get recognized as well. But it's only if they're no longer active. Then you can also have a bit of a wild card choice. One of these where if you pick a solo artist, you can take or an individual artist, you can take their catalog that comes out this year unless someone else specifies a band. So we discussed previously that, for example, Avantasia, Tobias Sammet. If someone takes Tobias Sammet, but someone else takes Avantasia, the person who chooses Avantasia gets the Avantasia stuff, and whoever has the Tobias Sammet gets the rest of anything else that he might put out there. Or Miles Kennedy, for example. If someone chooses Miles Kennedy and someone else chooses Slash, and with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, the person who picks Miles Kennedy can't take the slash points, only the points for the other stuff that he might or may not shoot off with there. So just to give you some little rules to play with, those are your maximums, but you must have one Australian band and one band that has no more than 5 studio albums to date. It could be their 5th one coming up, but no more than 5 coming out, already out, sorry. And that's where just things sort of play out here, and we sort of go through in draft order and just sort of see how things play out. We get 5 choices, so it's all even all around. And basically, that's about it. We'll see how we go with this. There might be some questions. I'm sure there will be as we go through things. But we're going to start to draft. And once someone takes a band, they can't be taken any more. I get to go first on this one. We did pre-draw the random draft. So what am I going to take first? I might take the one. I'm going to knock off my one. I'm going to claim now my band that has no more than 5 studio albums. I'm going to take this one first, and that is going to be, funnily enough, announced today. Alien Weaponry. I'm going to take Alien Weaponry as my band with less than 5 studio albums. That's my pick of that. So no one else can take that one. No matter what category, no one else can take the same band again. Alrighty. I'm writing all this down, Belle. You don't have to write it down. I've got it.
It's just so I don't pick the same thing because, you know, my memory is like a goldfish.
Well, on that note, Belle, you are next. So
okay.
What have you got in mind?
I think I might go with my inactive band that I'm just going to put out there. You never know what the fuck will happen. So I'm just going to go with Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Just randomly.
Nice. Okay, cool. That's a good one.
That includes compilations and shit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives a chance for anniversary, special edition albums.
Anniversary albums.
Yeah, so. I didn't want to completely exclude it, but you can't have more than one of those. Like only one of those in your entire catalog, kind of thing.
I found that the hardest to come up with, so I thought I'll just
you don't have to have one of these, but it's you don't have to have one, but you can't have more than one defunct band. So
I misunderstood.
What was that?
Then I don't.
You don't have to if you don't want it. If that changes your point of view, you don't have to have Black Sabbath. Then
have to have one of these.
No, it's a maximum.
You only have to have one Australian band and one band with no more than 5.
Yeah,
had to have.
The others are no more.
Yeah.
Can I get rid of Black Sabbath then? I don't want
Yes,
them
you can
now,
do. You can undo that one.
Like...
This is why I figured there'd be some teething problems as we go through. So undo that. Anything else goes.
Okay,
it's just those ones are maximums. The minimums are the ones you have to have. So you have to have one with no more than 5. You have to have an Australian. The rest that I mentioned are maximums, and you can do whatever you want beyond those 2 main criteria.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that because, I was confused, obviously. All right. Well, in that case, my Aussie band, I'm going to go with Northlane.
Nice.
You never know. It's been a couple of years since
all right.
2022 was there.
And actually, that was the last album. They did the EP last year, but they do videos and that as well. So videos and that count too.
They're very active. Yeah, they're a very active band.
That's all right. And if they're dead, if they don't do anything in 6 months, you can swap them out anyway if you want to later on. All righty. Jeff, you get the next pick. So which way are you leaning and what are you ticking off?
I struggled with this a lot. This was a weird fucking thing. With all the little quirks.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It will make sense.
Cool. I'm sure it will make sense. I'm going to take a band that released an album. I'm pretty sure they released an album out in 2024. I'm pretty sure they did. But I also think they're going to release something else fairly soon. That's the Omnific, and that's an Australian band, and that's my pick.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, you're going to get some because they've already released a single this year. So
I know.
Band,
I know. That's why I think there's an album forthcoming. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Dave, final call for the round.
Okay. I'm going to pick my Australian band as well. And, it would be easy money to go Sisters Doll. I should probably pick them because I know they're guaranteed to release an album. But I also know Carmeria is releasing an EP on Valentine's Day. And I've heard it. And it's pretty fucking cool. So I had to get a plug in. You're welcome, Jordan. But
awesome.
I'm actually going to go outside the box and go a little bit more interesting because it's been a while since this band has had some music out, but they are playing gigs. So I'm expecting something, because when they release stuff, it gets pretty frequent. Envenomed.
Nice. It's been a while for them too, man. So that's a good call.
But they played that gig recently with Witch Grinder.
Mm.
So they've been playing a few gigs. So yeah, I reckon Envenomed have some new music coming this year. Taking a gamble.
No, that's fair enough, man. That's what this is all about. It's all about taking a bit of a risk. All right, I get to go next again this time around, and I'm going to pick an Australian. Man, there are some interesting ones that I know are coming out, but I'm going to take a bit of a punt as well. I'm going to put a bit of a gamble in this one, and I'm going to take Carnival as my Australian band.
Oh, nice.
There's some rumors circulating they might be active this year, so we'll see. It's been a bit of a while. It's been a long time between drinks, actually, for these guys. So I'm wondering if 25 is the year. So I've got my criteria are done now. I've done my under 5 and my Australian one. Anything else I can sort of go free range apart from the maximums of. Belle, you get your second choice now.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go with my has less than 5 albums, which I think is I have to have. Is that right?
Yes, you have to have one.
All right, good. Just making sure. Go, Chef.
No, I was just going to say, so just a ruling. Is it 5 or less or less than 5?
5 or less.
5 or less, yeah.
5 or less, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they can't have 6. They could have 5, but not, okay, yeah, okay.
They can have 5. All right, good, because this band has 5. I'm going with Hailstorm.
Yep. Nice. Well done. All right, cool. And on that one, Jeff, you asked for clarification. So do you have something in mind?
I do, and I think that this is a really fucking long shot. But I think based on the success of his last album, which just came out last year, we might see something more. And that is Mr. Sebastian Bach.
Ah.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble. He's only got 5 albums, so we'll see.
You might get an EP.
You might get something out of it. Maybe a video.
I'm pretty sure they released. They recorded more than they used in the end anyway, which is not bad.
Yeah, well, this album has gone gangbusters for him, so people, so who knows? Maybe he'll milk it, and we'll see something, or maybe he'll just say, "No, I'm done for another fucking 10 years." I don't know. We'll see.
Could be some videos, could be anything. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If he releases a live album this year, that counts as well. So that all matters as well. While the dog is losing his mind to the kittens, Dave, what is your next pick then?
Yeah, I'll knock over the band with no more than 5 albums as well. I'll go with Dynasty.
Dynasty.
And I know they've got an album coming out this year. So.
Yes, they do. So nicely done, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Hold on. Caesar, stop it. I don't know why he suddenly decided to get up and play with the kittens, but he can't do that. All right. Now it's basically, we've all covered our minimums. So it's basically anything goes from this point on, aside from those maximums. So let's see. There are some fucking interesting ones rumored around this year. So, which one do I want to take? I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off. I'm hoping this finally fucking comes out. Otherwise, it's going to be a shit fucking pick. And I'm not confident, but I'm going to try it. Anthrax. I've had one in the works for a while. I'm going to try it on and see if they actually finally get an album out. We'll see how we go. All right. Belle, what else have you got?
Crossing Anthrax off my list.
Yeah.
Kill Switch Engage.
Nice. Cool. All righty. So now, Jeff, your next pick.
Well, I've been hoping for this band to release something in 2025, and that is Symphony X. Fuck, guys, come on.
Yes, well overdue. They have been
10 years.
Stuff.
10 years.
Yeah. Well overdue. All right. Which means Dave, third choice.
Wait, Avantasia.
Yep, I figured as much. Cool. I knew that'd be in there somewhere. All right, as we cycle through things, we might go a bit fast for the last ones. We'll see. I'm avoiding the comments for people wondering because we don't want to have any spoilers or anything for anyone going out there. So I'm avoiding comments till we get through this segment. I'm going to take another one that I'm hoping is going to happen finally, because if they do, it'll probably be a contender for album of the year. I'm going to go the Pretty Reckless. I'm going to take those guys off the board. I reckon we'll see what happens with them. Am I taking Bell's list as we go through things?
No, you can have them.
All right. Well, I love them. I reckon they're fantastic.
I love them too. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, Bell, your choice next. On that note.
That's funny.
Ooh, so this is my. Oh, I got two more. Okay, that's all right. I will pick Arch Enemy, please.
Yeah, that's confirmed. So there we go.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Nicely done. All righty. Jeff, your next pick, whenever you're ready.
Whenever I'm ready, yeah. I'll see it sometime this year. Fuck if I know. I don't know. There's so many bands out there.
There are. This is why it's the fun part.
Yeah, this is the fun part. Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. There's actually a. I did some digging and just the rumors that are circling around. There's quite a lot. This could actually be a pretty big year if the rumors come true. Like there's a lot going on this year. So.
Yep. There's some big names, long-term kind of bands that are supposedly putting albums out.
Some are already out too. If you dig,
can it be? Can it be like a like a more than one album deal? Like if they decide to put out like a collection or something? Can that be? All right. Well, then if that's the case, then I'm gonna do. Wasp is putting out the Savage thing that they're doing. It's a box set from 84 to 92.
Yep.
Called the 7 Savage albums, I guess that's what it's called.
Now you don't get points for every album, just for the release.
Oh, come on.
I'm not giving you, if they do 7 albums as a box set, you're not getting 7 albums worth of points.
That'd be awesome. That'd be cool. I'll take whatever I can get.
Who?
So Wasp.
Oh, I thought you mentioned the Who.
Who did you?
Jeff took Wasp.
I didn't hear what you said, Jeff. What was the band?
We Are Sexual Perverts. Wasp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had them on my list.
Okay. So that's one off. So Dave, final choice for this round.
Wednesday 13.
I just couldn't
Wednesday 13. I think Bell's copying lag at the moment. Yeah, it's catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were all like little circles a minute ago.
Right. That's why you couldn't hear us. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. You're back now, I think.
Yeah, I think you're catching up now, which is good. All right, so everyone's last choice comes in now. The final choices are here.
Choices.
All right, so which one do I want to take next? Damn, because there's some great ones. Now we will again add and change lists as things move along. I want that, but I'm not as confident. So let's see what else have I got going on here. Because I'm gonna take. Oh wow, there's a lot. Got a massive list. I'm gonna take. Which one do I want? All right, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to take Volbeat. I'm going to take a punt. I'm going to take Volbeat. I think they might release an album this year, so I'm going to take Volbeat, and that's my 5 for now. We will change things as we go through, obviously, but that is what my 5 to start this game off with for me for 2025. Belle, your final choice.
Oh, there's still some good ones.
There are.
I will just, I don't know, kind of spot for choice. I'll just do it. I'll just pick Testament.
Yep.
Well, Testament's good.
Nice. Cool. All right. Jeff, final call.
I fucking don't know. This is harder than you think, people. This is tough because if you had something when someone took it, you're like, well, what the fuck? All right.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. So, let's see. Famous bird name thing you guys don't know about. All right. You ever seen that bird thing? It goes, what the fuck? The bird just.
Oh,
says,
yes. The cockatoo kind of thing. What the fuck? Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yep. That's my favorite saying. What the fuck? I say it like the bird. All right.
Yes. What the fuck?
Oh Jesus! What the fuck? Yeah. What's Jeff doing? What the fuck?
What the fuck? There's a fucking...
I'm gonna take the band that I know was on the top of everyone's list for 2025. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm taking Cerebral Hemorrhage. Right? They're off the list.
All right, cool. Nice. Cool. Alrighty. Which means, Dave, you have the final call. So I'm assuming you're devastated to not have Cerebral Hemorrhage.
Yeah.
Never heard of them. Never heard of them. I'll just stick with Halloween. You might have heard of them.
Yeah, may have heard of them.
Yeah. That'd be awesome if they released. They probably are going to.
It would be very.
They will. They're due for one.
Yeah, they are, and they have been working on one too. So it could be a good year for that as well. So just to recap here, my list so far is Alien Weaponry, Carnival, Anthrax, The Pretty Reckless, and Volbeat. Bell has Northlane, Hailstorm, Killswitch Engage, Arch Enemy Testament. Jeff has The Omnific, Sebastian Bach, Symphony X, Wasp, and Cerebral Hemorrhage. That's a list. And Dave has Envenomed, Dynasty, Avantasia, Wednesday 13, and Halloween. So these are some very different lists. It'd be very interesting to see how things play out. But we'll obviously collate the score and do some swaps and changes and whatever else as things move along in between seasons of King of the River as we go through things here. DJ Mr. Joel, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. He's going 3:17 a.m. Monday morning coffee viewing. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hopefully the coffee is good because fucking coffee is fantastic.
What part of the world is Monday morning?
I don't know. it's 3:17 morning coffee viewing, not Monday morning. Just
okay, because that'd be Monday on Mars, I think. Maybe
3:17 a.m.
Morning.
Maybe I said Monday and confused everyone. I don't know. Jedi Master Fuller has gone, yes, thank you. And I love that Ajfa poster. Who's got the Justice for All poster? Is that Bell in the background? There we go. That way. Yeah, I hate that when you got to pick which side you're on. And guys, I am actually I've reset the back wall, so I'm going to redecorate the back wall as the weeks go along. Craig has a question. Anybody coming to see Takedo in Melbourne in February? I can't say that I am, obviously, but if anyone else, get in the comments and let them know. Jolly's gone, yes, Jeff, and then Dave, yes. So I'm assuming you got some good choices in there. Vinny says, I wonder if Kiss will get the Avatar thing up and going. Could be worth some points. That's an interesting, interesting one put forward there, Vinny. That maybe at the next, in between the next break, we'll go and have a look at that. Guru's gone Black of the Lawless box set. Nice one, Jeff. So there we go. And Rowan's gone, I thought Dave was going to pick Matthew Sablewitch at the end there. What? I don't know what's going on there.
Why? How do you get Halloween? You get that out of Halloween?
I don't know. No idea. I'm as confused as you are, Dave. I don't know what's going on. Oh, wow. All righty. So that is the fun part of it all there. That basically covers off everything we set out to do apart from a new little thing at the end of the show there. So that's what we're going to basically work on. That's how we're going to play things out. We're going to, when there's a break between King of the Rift season, we'll finish this King of the Rift and move on to the next one. In between, we'll do a catch-up week like this one, where we'll set the table for the next King of the Rift season, add and subtract stuff from our stables when it comes to Metal Mogul and do some other things, bits and pieces as well. So we're going to do a few of these as the year goes on to try and break it up. General chat back and forth and all the usual stuff as well. So that's kind of where things are at. Bit of fun. Always good to get back into it. We always wanted to see, I wanted to try and change things up this year. We're going to try and make things a bit more fun and see how stupid we can get. Here we go. Rowan's gone. Matthew Savage is the singer of Cerebral Hemorrhage. I hope Jeff would know who it was.
That was on. It was.
I think Jeff was a pick of desperation. Jeff was like,
I get the feeling they're not a band I'd be interested in.
I get a feeling they're not a band that I'd be interested in either, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, man. Don't knock it.
Rowan, they
sound awesome.
Yeah.
I was about to say, Bell is probably right up your alley, so we'll see how these things play out.
Yeah, not for me. Fuck that.
So next week we're back with all the usual stuff. So Hot Rocks is back next week. So for those who want to pay attention, I did update Tastemakers. So I know I haven't done that yet, but I did do it today. So just a quick one for tastemakers. The playlist is in the description box. We have Malmoko from Alien Weaponry. We have Angus McSix with 6666. We have Bernth and Dan Sugarman with their track Title. We have Lacuna Core with Gravity. We have Marker here, Tyler with Rebel of the North. We have Memphis Mayfire, Hell is Empty. The Omnific with Full Circle. 6th Century Tidal Wave. Andy Smith with Stevic McKay from 12 Ninja with a new song called Get a Little Dopamine. And a synthwave remix of Soul Dusk, which actually doesn't sound as bad as it might sound when you hear synthwave remix. It actually is, because Soul Dusk were an atmospheric band, it sounds a lot more like Soul Dusk than you might expect. It's actually really quite interesting and not as heavy as the Soul Dusk original stuff is, but it works. It's just something that's odd. But yeah, there we go. That is the that's what's coming up on. That's what's in Tastemakers now for everyone in Patreon to vote on as the weekend goes ahead. And Kat says, yes, there's the chaos I know and love. Well, we have more of that because we're going to do some stupid things this year. I'm looking forward because I know that people have bookmarked, and even I have, the guessing game segment is going to be basically a little bit of a flair where the rest of us just go and do something a bit silly and challenge each other in ways that, well, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. But Dave said before we went live, can I do something in that segment? So I was like, I don't know what Dave's planning, but he has a plan. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the fuck happens there. But that is almost it. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add in there, or are we going to sort of move along to the new segment to close the show with and go from there?
I'm good.
You good? Everyone good? All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So because we want to make things fun and stuff, we have retired the bin from the end of the show. We want to make things end on a high note. So we're going to change it up to a little segment called Raise Your Glass. And the idea here being that we raise a glass, we put a toast to something that we're happy about this week. It could be personal to our own personal lives, or it could be happy that a band is releasing something, a song you've heard that you love. It can be anything you want in the music or personal world. It's just basically go through the rounds and then raise a glass, toast something to end the show on a high for yourself there. I'm going to throw to Jeff first. Have you got something to raise a glass to this week?
Sure. I think the changes and stuff that you've made. So I'm going to raise a cheer. I'm going to say the bin in the bin, and that's it.
Nice. I like that. There we go. Retiring segment gets actually culminates in raising a glass. All right, cool. I'm glad it's a winner. Let's do the rounds. Belle, what are you raising a glass to this week?
I'll raise a glass or a bottle, a glass bottle even, to fun and friendship, and that extends beyond those on the screen. It extends to those behind the screen. I love your words. I'm just happy to be back.
Likewise.
Yes,
likewise. Well said. Well said. All right, Dave, what are you raising a glass to this week?
Alcohol.
The solution and cause of all of man's problems.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here we go. There we go for that. All right. You guys know what I probably can guess what I'm going to raise a glass to. We're going to make it a public thing here. Jody and myself are quote unquote officially old. We have become grandparents over the turn of the year. So Jody is currently in Melbourne hanging out with our granddaughter. Little Elliot was born a few days ago now, so we're stoked. Everyone's happy, healthy, well. It's gone as well as I possibly could have done. So we're stoked. We're happy to be grandparents, and that's what I'm raising a glass to this week. Well done to our daughter for persisting, because at the end there she was very over it. So it ended up going as well as things could there. So that's that. That's what I'm raising a glass to. That wraps up the show on a high. Let's get some final comments in here. Nicole says, congrats, Andrew. Most welcome. Thank you for the kind words there. It's one of those things. I know that some people have known it was coming. It actually happened. It was actually one of those things where it was slightly delayed, but it ended up all going exceptionally well in the end. Vinny's gone, congratulations, Grandpa. I'm going to be called Pop. That's my going to be thing. Kat says, congrats, Andrew. Welcome to the Grandparents Club. Thank you. We are there now. So we are officially in that bracket. It's finally happened. So off we go into it. We're going to introduce another generation to our stupidity, and that's my plan going forward for the next how many years that I can do that for. Joel is gone. Bless you. All great news, which is nice. Thank you there. Craig says, raise a glass to Stephen Wilson finally returning to prog rock metal on his new album. That is a thing. Steve Wilson is working on stuff this year, so that is one of those ones there. So there we go. Nicole says, I have 11. Wow. 11 grandkids. That's fucking nuts. Craig says, thank you. I don't know. Wow. Have fun with that, Nicole. That must be busy. Michael says, I'm with Dave on that one. So more raising a glass. Oh, there we go. And Nicholas is here too. Good to see you right at the end of the show here. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you get to watch the rest of everything later on as we go through things. We're going to recap and do some other stuff later on. But that will about do it for this week. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. No matter how long or short you spent the time with us, hopefully you've had a good night. We're back into it. More of the regular quote-unquote show next week. We just want to do something different and set things up this week and have a bit of fun. Nicole says, hence we moved to Queensland. I don't blame you if you've got 11 grandkids. I don't blame you. Jodie's still in Melbourne helping out with things down there. I'm up here in Queensland myself, as a few of you know. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully we get to have the grandkid come up and visit us for next Christmas. We'll see what happens there. And Michael says, I have 4 grandchildren. There we go. Well, this is number 1 for us. It's our first. We're all showing our age a bit now, aren't we? It's going to be a bit out there. But that's about it. Thank you all so much. We have Dave beside me on the screen here, as always. Good to have you back with us. We have Belle in the opposite corner. Thank you again, as always, for your contribution. And I'm going to be putting you to work to do more counting as the week goes on, obviously, with other stuff going on. And Jeff, as always, under the screen there, back in his office for the first time in a long time, because you weren't there throughout last year.
I wasn't there.
We have a pre-roll thing where that knife is from Halloween. That was the last time Halloween. He was in the set.
I haven't been here, so it's been,
So there we go. It's a return to Jeff's set, and my set's going to be decorated as the weeks go on. Yep. All righty. That will do it, folks. Thank you all so much, team. We'll see you all again very, very soon. Make sure, as always, you like, follow, subscribe. Everything you need to know about is in the comments here. It's just go to thehardrockshow.com and find us on your preferred platform there. But that'll do it. Thank you all so much. I'm Andrew. We'll see you all again, same time, place, next week. Until then, as always, you know what to do, folks. Drink up. Rock on.
Cheers.